You're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up the you. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? Look, you're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes on my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots. Kick up the you. Man, know that I kick up the you. Them boy there try to suck the truth. How dare you to suck the truth? Wanna come round there like a bad boy, do it. Want all the talking, go on and do it. Running through the party, bottle up. Rolls in my ear saying storms, don't do it. Devil on my shoulder, I don't lack. Hitting with the business, I don't scrap. Even when I'm bar, I'm so easy right, but there's no car and no match. What you talk about? Clown, stand down. Never had a thing, never had a pound. You were never bad then, you ain't bad now. Never had them, then look back down. Wait, I saw bare kicks, saw bare clothes. Said not that, I can't wear those. I don't like them, they're not my thing. They went silent, they're all weirdos. Like yeah, storms gone clear. Never had a Tom Ford or a Montclair. Man, them a call me, you see my don there. Tell them don't do it, don't dare. Don't care who you know from my block. You're not Al Capone, they can take my car and my creps. I'll still do the road in my socks. Like who's gonna stop me? You, him, little man. I got blue slims. Don't be an idiot, move smart. I've been killing it, new king. You ain't ready for my new stuff. You're a boy by yourself, go and group up. And when Crep went states for the BTs, I was covering Crep like a boot cut. If mad, it's a family thing, straight family thing. Dumb man, I broke no salary thing. Had a young thing called Amy telling me to come round hers on a Valerie thing. Hashtag Murky Academy thing. You were like art and the gallery thing. Dumb boy there wanna chat about bars, wanna chat about. You're man, no. Man, I'm go sick when my tune drops. Little man, that's a hooplo, not a hoopla. What? Pronounce it right. I go mad, yeah, I'm down to die for this. I don't care, bro, I'm down. Man, stress, so I'm bound to lie my slips. Wait, I'm bound to ride for flips. Real G's gonna ride around to this. Man, I got no time to write at this. I never left my 9 to 5 for this waste man thing. I don't care what rave man's in. I came here to relax, but if it gets mad, make a young boy take man's things. Try to tell me I'm way too big.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, two teams come off tough losses a week ago and want to turn things back around today. It's the Vikings going up against the 49ers.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the home of Super Bowl 50, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
On 1st and 10, Fox. And right away, he lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The pocket pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nigel Bradham from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Back to throw Beathard. Bearing it deep for Garcon. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now out comes Minnesota. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talked about it. Cook stripped. The ball's out. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Gone!
Looking to throw. Fox. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Off the play fake. Fox. Open man as Thielen is complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Here we go now! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Hurry up, here we go! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Let's go! 3-19!
Off play action. Fox. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. To throw again. Fox. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Elvis Dumerville. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Let's go. Here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Fox. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second down, 8. Back to throw. Fox. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So a second down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. Off the play fake. Fox. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, first down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken at the 46. And now running right through it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A gain of 3, second down. Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. They run it again with Hyde. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
To throw is Beathard. And that is incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Jeremy Curley. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now.
Play clock winding down. Looking to throw. Fox. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. That's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Linval Joseph in there. Sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Here we go now. 319. Hot 319.
Now Beathard. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. Third down here.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Over.
Here's Beathard to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick 47. This one looks good as well. Now it's Curley. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Cook following the penalty. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, here we go. No, Jack, Patriot.
Operating from the gun. Fox lets it fly for Thielen. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. First down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Play action, they'll throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sharif Floyd forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Beathard. And he's going to go down again. Emerson Griffin in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. $12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1 yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Going an 8 yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Again, it's Hyde. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Beathard to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll throw here. Beathard. And this is going to be incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Curley. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On 1st down, Fox. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Green, 39. Green. Detroit. Detroit. Set. Green, 19. Green, 19. Over. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's got room. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the veteran guard, Alex Boone. To throw on 2nd down, Fox. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, Fox. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Okay, work with me here. Make sure I'm clear on this one. Inside their own 10-yard line, and they run a toss play. I know it worked, but ordinarily that takes a lot of chutzpah to do something like that, because only thing more dangerous is trying to throw the ball in that situation and maybe taking a big loss.
To throw is Beathard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
The Niners on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is third down and 12.
They'll set up to throw. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And out now come the Vikings.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Play action. Fox. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Let's get to it. These teams are out and ready to go. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some big
pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jarvis Jones in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, Hyde. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. They'll drop to throw. Under pressure now, and Beathard goes down to the turf. Everson Griffin in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Second down following the run. Back to throw. Fox. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fox. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Slot man moves right. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Off the play fake, Fox. He'll let it go deep for Curley. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. They're going to look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Niners on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
The Niners on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Here we go.
Following the penalty, it's Hyde. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. It's a quarterback sneak. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Play action. Fox. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, the offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Second down following the incompletion. Give running right, it's high. And some room to work. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They run again with Hyde on first. And the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Hyde. Oh, he's got a Carlos Hyde. See you later. Touchdown, 49ers. Carlos Hyde, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing to start the drive. Fox got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I love when a play results in a game that I can actually kind of fall back on one of my favorite adages, and that is anything.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is going to be 49er football. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Linval Joseph in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Play fake. Fox. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Second down now after the sack. Operating from the gun, Fox. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Elvis Dumervil in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Fox. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll give to Hyde. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Throwing on first down. Fox. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Fresh set of downs here. With Cook. He's been busy tonight. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go. Back to Philly. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Fox. That's complete right around the 8. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Watching now, Barney. Detroit. Watching now, Barney. Hot.
From the gun, Fox. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking deep downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. The Niners on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. Fielded at about the 28. Might have been one man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
Leopard! Set! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Over!
He's back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This is 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie picked off the rookie.
And guess what? They're pretty familiar with each other. It's not like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Looks like he'll throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They run with Hyde. He's been the bell cow tonight. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary. A nickel look. Back to throw here. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And going over the middle here to Curley. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And they don't get the reception. Incomplete. So now they're down to 17 seconds remaining.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. And they have got the lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2 and 4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.